Animal Foundation is the largest open intake shelter in the country. The woman who currently runs it took over as CEO in late January with no prior experience as a shelter operator. She came from working in corporate communications. Aside from a brief stint as a volunteer board member at the Nevada SPCA, her background, like almost everyone on the Animal Foundation's board, is in marketing and public relations, not animal welfare. As we continue our reports on the systemic issues within the Animal Foundation, we learn more about what it takes to run an animal shelter, and it's not easy. It's dirty work, tiring and emotional for the staff, and stressful for the animals. When the Animal Foundation took on contracts to shelter animals for 3 local jurisdictions, critics say they bit off more than they could chew.
These are marketing people. These aren't shelter medicine people.
An emphasis on public image over proper management has been the shelter's downfall, according to animal advocates.
These are PR people.
And former employees.
Presently, what's being led is a marketing and PR campaign. And I believe that our community and I believe our elected officials are being lied to.
Until we see somebody who has the experience, that actually has animal shelter experience, that actually has operational experience, until they have somebody in that position, we are not going to see changes.
James Pumphrey had that experience.
I came, certainly from an independent shelter assessment in December.
After performing that audit at the Animal Foundation's request, Pumphrey was asked to relocate from Reno and his job at the Duffield Foundation to join the shelter's leadership team.
I was hesitant to take the job.
But he says he was eager to help and hopeful his sheltering experience would make a difference at a higher level.
I was promised that the shelter assessment would be implemented. But as soon as I got there, within a few weeks, I was told to, or pressured to edit the assessment that I completed.
Edits that he says would have whitewashed problems, painting a less than truthful picture for donors and the elected officials who oversee the foundation's contracts.
And when I declined to do so, I had a sinking feeling that the ethics that I've lived my career by were being put in a conflicted place. I wanted to make the changes, but I was being asked to present progress, not problems.
He says he was asked to fudge the numbers on facility capacity to make it look like the Animal Foundation had things under control. They wanted you to lie about what they could accomplish, what they could handle?
That and what changes needed to be made on the jurisdictional level. They wanted to present a view that everything was okay and that we were going to meet the challenge. And we knew that it wasn't going to happen.
We've repeatedly asked shelter leadership and top board members for comment on Pumphrey's allegations. They have not responded.
They should be leading the approach of, hey, we have too many animals in our facility than we can properly care for.
Despite the conflict, Pumphrey says he soldiered on, advocating for better paid and more experienced staff, particularly in the veterinary department.
I encountered animals that weren't even being examined for 3 to 4 days. 2 in particular were shocking to me. 2 dogs had broken pelvises, and they had received no examination or no pain management for over 3 days. It was unacceptable, and I brought those concerns directly to the CEO and received no help or participation in that.
In July, Pumphrey took it upon himself to write this progress report on the December assessment. They weren't asking you for that document, but you felt it was important for them to see it in black and white.
Correct. I felt it was needed. I also felt it was needed to offer solutions and a pathway forward.
Internal emails confirm he gave the report to CEO Hillary Gray and board chair Kevin Murakami. Neither responded to 13 Investigate's repeated requests for comment, something Pumphrey says he's familiar with. He tells me when he asked to meet with Gray about the report,
no response.
What happened when you brought it to the attention of the president and the board?
2 days later, I was fired. I think it was that the message that I was delivering internally was different than the message that they wanted to deliver externally.
That's just putting your head in the sand.
It was. And that's why they're at where they're at today.
After the Animal Foundation fired Pumphrey, they lost another valuable asset.
I think it's really discouraging.
We spoke to Dr. Kate Hurley last fall. She and her team at UC Davis, some of the nation's top shelter medicine experts, had been consulting with and advising the Animal Foundation. When we spoke again recently, Dr. Hurley said they'd cut ties with the Las Vegas shelter after Pumphrey was fired because he was the only one they trusted to be their eyes and ears on the ground, and remaining leadership had no sheltering experience. Do you think that the current leadership is capable of admitting those problems and taking the steps forward that need to be taken to keep animals and staff healthy and safe?
I don't know if they're capable. I know that they're unwilling. And I think animals and our community is paying the price.
For a previous report, when we asked about Pumphrey's firing, shelter leadership said they could not comment on personnel matters. The City Council is expected to discuss the Animal Foundation on Wednesday, and anyone who wants to participate will be allowed to speak during the public comment period.